Hi there everybody, Sergeant Salt and Pepper, back again to do another video, and today, this just might be my biggest one yet. This might be my biggest score yet. Today, I went to Half Price Books. I had a bunch of things to trade in, stuff I didn't want, stuff I didn't need, stuff that was in not the best condition, and I just figured it'd be good to trade it in. And normally when I go to Half Price Books, for those who don't know, Half Price Books is a used bookstore that sells books, movies, games, records, all kinds of stuff. Usually when I go anymore, I just don't see anything that I'm interested in, which is hard to believe for me because I'm interested in a lot of different things. But today it was almost like they knew I was coming or something, because I was seeing things in the store that I had been eyeing for a while, like on Amazon and stuff like that, and it was there, and I was just like, well, gonna get this stuff. So before we get to the Half Price Books finds, I just wanted to get this out of the way. I got one record in the mail today, and it is Court and Spark by Joni Mitchell. This is my favorite Joni Mitchell album of all time. My dad kind of got me into Joni Mitchell. He was more into the 70s era Joni Mitchell. Albums like this and The Hissing of Summer Lawns, which I also have. And, 60s Joni Mitchell is great, but she was really kind of doing different things and exploring more with her music, I think, in the 70s. And so this has one of my favorite Joni Mitchell tracks on here, Raised on Robbery, which is really good. So I just wanted to show that, just to kind of get that out of the way quickly. So now I think the way I'm going to do this is we got some movies, we got some books, and then we got some records. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with the movies. So first off, we have Charlie Chaplin's Mutual Comedies. This is 12 newly restored films on Blu-ray. This is a set that I had been looking at on Amazon, and it was rather expensive on Amazon, I guess because it's like out of print. And I had some Charlie Chaplin comedies, his Keystone comedies. I love silent comedies. I love Chaplin. I love Buster Keaton. I love Harold Lloyd, all that stuff, Laurel and Hardy. So when I saw these, I was like, I don't have these. So I definitely knew I needed to get them. Next up, a favorite Western of mine from Clint Eastwood. This is Hang 'em High. This is a really great Western. See, hopefully it's focusing in. But this is the Blu-ray. It's basically about this man that they think is an outlaw, so they're going to hang him. But when they try to hang him and they basically leave him for dead, what they don't realize is that he's not actually dead. So then he sets out to try to find the person that actually was like committing the crimes and basically kind of framed him. And it's just a really good, like, early Clint Eastwood Western. Next up, we have Eastern Condors, which is a movie directed by and starring Sammo Hung. This is pretty interesting because I don't have a lot of Sammo's movies. I have a lot of like Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee, but Sammo was really good too. And all I know about this is that this is kind of like his version of a war movie, kind of like The Dirty Dozen or something. So really be looking forward to checking this out. And the last movie, this is Sylvester Stallone, Nighthawks. This is a movie that I remember my dad telling me about a long time ago. He was like, it's pretty good. You should watch it if you can ever find it. And I never could find it. But then today I found it. So it's got Sylvester Stallone, Billy D. Williams, Lindsay Wagner, Rutger Hauer is in it. So a lot of good people. Next up, I'm always a reader in addition to a movie fan and a record fan. So I'm currently reading Cher's book, and I'm not the hugest Cher fan, but her book is really fascinating and really interesting, and I wanted to make sure I had some other new books for when I finish hers. So I found Mel Brooks' All About Me, My Remarkable Life in Show Business. I love Mel Brooks, big Mel Brooks fan. A lot of that comes from my dad because he really liked Blazing Saddles and he really liked Young Frankenstein. So I'm sure this will be a really good book to read, really funny. And this was just cheap and I thought also would be interesting. Flea, Acid for the Children, a memoir. So this is Flea, the bassist from Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's his book, and I'm sure it'll be pretty good. So now let's get on to the records. So I found Fats Waller piano solos 1929 to 1941. So I'm a big jazz fan, and this is like early jazz. Fats Waller piano solos. He wrote the song Ain't Misbehavin'. And there's just a lot of good stuff on here. This is on RCA Bluebird. And what's cool is when I used to collect and had a big collection, they put out these compilations where it was like Benny Goodman, Glenn Miller, I think Artie Shaw, and they would go by years from the beginning of their career to the end. So if you collected all the albums in a series, you could have the complete Glenn Miller or the complete Benny Goodman. And this one is all the Fats Waller stuff, so that'll be fun. Now this one I wasn't sure about. I always pull out the records to check when I am looking at them, you know, look for scratches, dirt, dust, wear and tear. And the records in this one looked slightly worse for wear, but it was about $10, so I figured I would take a chance. At the very least, maybe I can clean them a little bit or something. But the Beatles, 1962 to 1966. This is actually one Beatle compilation that I never had. Even when I had a big collection, I never had this, which is known as the Red Album, and I also never had the Blue Album either. So I'm hoping this is going to play well. Next we have Neil Young, After the Gold Rush. I like Neil Young, and this was one I didn't have. So, very happy to find this one and be able to pick it up. And next up, we have 3 albums by one of my favorite duos in music, Simon and Garfunkel. So, we start with Bridge Over Troubled Water. I used to have all their albums. So, Bridge Over Troubled Water was, I think, their last album. And while there were some kind of issues going on between the two of them during the recording of the album, they still turned out a really great album. A lot of great songs there. Next we have Simon and Garfunkel, Sounds of Silence. I also used to have this one. So early Simon and Garfunkel on Columbia. Also, we have Wednesday Morning 3 a.m. Exciting New Sounds in the Folk Tradition by Simon and Garfunkel. So, really cool to find all these Simon and Garfunkel albums. I was really happy about that. So that was my haul for today. So, as you can see, pretty big haul. I found some good records. I found some good books to read and some good movies to watch. So I will be in no short supply of things to do. You can be rest assured on that. So, I'm Sergeant Salt and Pepper. Take care, everybody, and I will see you all next time. Later. And that is my haul for today. A lot of good stuff, a lot of great records, found some good movies, found some good books to read. So I will be in no short supply. Take two.